Hey guys, gizmoddict here, and apart from the Poco F1, there has been one more phone which has been going strong since 2018, and since then the phone has received a lot of price cuts as well as updates. I'm talking about the Asus Zenfone 5Z, and today we're gonna talk whether this phone is actually worth buying in 2020 or not. If you guys don't remember, the Zenfone 5Z was launched at a price tag of 28,000 rupees, I guess, and now you get it for only 16 to 17,000 rupees on Flipkart. And during the festive sales and things like that, it goes even lower and has some bank offers as well. So the question is, should you buy the Asus 5Z or the Poco F1 if you have a budget of 15 to 18,000 rupees? Compared to the Poco F1, what I really liked on the Asus Zenfone 5Z is the design and the build quality. The Poco F1 was always criticized for its plastic build quality, whereas on the 5Z, the phone looks and feels like a flagship. You've got a glass back with a metal frame, the phone is pretty sleek and compact, and all in all, it feels very solid and rich when you hold it in your hand. The build quality and design is undoubtedly much better than the Poco F1, and the same is true about the display. Even though there is no AMOLED panel here, the Super LCD IPS Plus display has amazing colors and viewing angles. The notch is, although big by 2020 standards, it is still smaller than the Poco F1, and it actually serves a very important purpose. First of all, there is an RGB LED notification light inside this notch, which a lot of phones miss. And the second major thing is that it houses a second loudspeaker. So the Asus 5Z, unlike a lot of phones in this price segment, gets a stereo speaker setup, and the setup is absolutely amazing on this phone. The sound quality is great from the stereo speakers, and you get the best audio experience on the 5Z compared to any other phone. You also get high resolution audio support on the headphone jack, and Asus bundles a really nice pair of Zen Ear Pro earphones for free with the phone. I had tested them when this phone was announced. I tested them recently, and the sound quality is still very good. So for media consumption, if you want a phone under 20,000 rupees, I think the Asus 5Z is a great option. The display is very good, you've got stereo speakers which makes the multimedia experience great, and you've got a really nice pair of earphones as well with high resolution audio. So this can be one of the good phones for multimedia consumption in this price bracket. And after that, I want to talk about my user experience with the Asus 5Z, because that is one thing that has changed a lot since the last 1.5 years. You see, when this phone was announced, you had Zen UI 5, which was based on Android Oreo, and it was not like stock Android. Fast forward to 2020, and now this phone actually runs on the latest Zen UI 6, which is based on Android 10, and Asus has made it very close to stock Android like Oxygen OS, and that's a very good thing. Now you get a very stock Android like interface, but you have all of the features like dark mode, dual apps, call recording, gestures. All of the features are right there, and the software experience has been buttery smooth. All that credit also goes to the Snapdragon 845 that is inside this phone. Although it is a 2-year-old chip, it still performs much better than your Snapdragon 730G or even your Helio G90T. PUBG performance is also very good here. You can play up to 60 FPS, and unlike the Poco F1, I did not have any minor touch issues on the Zenfone 5Z. So that's another advantage that you should look at if you're considering to buy a phone for PUBG. The audio via the stereo speakers is good, the audio via the headphone jack is pretty loud. So for gaming, this is a very good option, as the Snapdragon 845 can handle all of the games at ease. Snapdragon 845 also enables a couple of other benefits like 4K video at 60 FPS, and you also have a good Google camera support here. That brings me to the camera, and I think the camera on the Zenfone 5Z is a good one. Especially after Gcam, you can see that the performance is very good, and I also throw in some samples from the Redmi K20, so you get an idea as to how the Zenfone 5Z performs with the new mid-rangers of 2019 and 2020. Maybe it's not the best in the camera department, but you still get good photos out of it with Gcam. I don't have the Poco F1 with me anymore, so I can't give you comparisons with the Poco F1, but one of the biggest advantages that the 5Z has is a wide-angle camera. Wide-angle camera is a must-have in 2019 and 2020, so that way Asus was really smart to give it to you in 2018. Poco F1 doesn't get one, so if you want a wide-angle camera on your phone, the Asus 5Z is a good pick. So far everything seems very good on the Asus 5Z, but then there is one area where I wasn't really impressed with this phone, and that's with the battery life. So the Asus Zenfone 5Z has approximately 3300 mAh of battery, And if I compare this to the Poco F1, the Poco F1 straight up wins in a battery challenge. On a single charge, the Asus 5Z could give me roughly 4.5 hours of screen on time, which is okay. I get a similar level of battery life on my OnePlus phones. So in that area, it's similar to OnePlus phones, but it's not as great as the Poco F1. So at the end of the day, you will have to charge your phone. It charges very fast, so that is a good advantage. But then the thing is, if you want to do an apples to apples comparison in terms of battery life, the Poco F1 clearly beats out the Asus Zenfone 5Z. On heavy usage, I did have like 10-12% by the end of the day by night, so I had to charge this phone. So you can get one full day of battery life, but don't expect anything more than that. So in terms of battery, this was a slight disappointment. It's not bad, but Poco F1 is clearly better in this department. And if I talk about some other things, the call quality and network reception has been pretty good. You get dual SIM, dual VoLTE support. There is a hybrid SIM slot. So if you don't want to use two SIM cards, you can always throw in a memory card up to 2 terabytes. So yeah, you can expand the storage as much as you want. And if I talk about Widevine L1, yes, there is Widevine L1 support here, but the problem is that here Amazon Prime is not working in full HD. I don't know why. I did speak to the Asus team a while back and I asked them to fix it, but this hasn't been fixed yet on the Asus 5Z. On my ROG phone too, it works properly, but on this phone they still have to fix it. But Netflix and all of that works perfectly fine at full HD. So Widevine L1 support is there. The developer support is good on this phone, but it's not as great as the Poco F1. So if you want to unlock the bootloader of your phone, flash a couple of custom ROMs, you do have some options for the 5Z, but Poco F1 is way better in that department. Poco F1 has an amazing developer support, so if you're into all of that, go pick the Poco F1. You also have the fingerprint sensor here. I had spoken about this in my full review. It's very fast. It's located on the back of the phone. It's a physical sensor. And like I said, it's very fast and gets the job done well. It's accurate, it works all the time, so I don't have any complaints with it. And you also have face unlock. So yeah, overall, according to me, the Asus Zenfone 5Z is a pretty good package for 16 to 17,000 rupees. The thing is that when you have festive season offers or you have some bank card discounts, probably you can get this phone for 15,000 or lower, and for that price, this is a solid package. If you look at the phone, you've got a really good full HD display, you've got stereo speakers which none of the phones have, and the quality is just insane. Asus bundles the earphones inside the box for free, which are of really good quality. The camera performance is good, the software is almost close to stock Android, and I know a lot of people who want stock Android phones in the 10 to 20,000 rupees price bracket. So for them, the Asus 5Z is still a very good package. If we compare it to the Poco F1, both of these phones have their advantages and disadvantages. Poco F1 has better battery life. Poco F1 has much better developmental support and in general support, I think, because the community is that big. And I also think that the camera performance is like slightly better on the Poco F1. But the Asus 5Z is also a great choice. So if you guys are considering to buy the Asus 5Z in 2020, you can get it. It's a pretty good deal. And compared to other mid-rangers, the performance, especially the gaming performance, is insane on this phone. So if you guys want to buy the Asus Zenfone 5Z, I'll drop the links to that in the video's description. There are a couple of variants available, so do pick whatever is best for you. So if you want to buy the Asus Zenfone 5Z, please use the affiliate links that are there in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this re-review of the Zenfone 5Z, and if you guys want me to review some more of the old flagships on the channel, something like after the buzz videos, then please let me know in the comments and let me know which phones review would you like to see, because a lot of the flagships from 2018 have received a lot of price cuts, so it would be nice to make videos on them. As always, if you like this video, then please hit the like button. If you're new here, then hit the red subscribe button. And you can also follow my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages for more behind the scenes content. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will be back in a notifications very soon. Peace.